there's no reason why it shouldn't grow to $100 trillion, from where it is right now by a factor of 100. So there's no logical reason not to want to own digital property. If you're holding dollars as an investment for a decade, you're holding it as property, you don't really want to do that. You want to hold enough dollars to pay 1, 2, 3 months of bills, like working capital,
Correct.
and you want to convert the rest into property. But given a choice, would you rather own a building in Rio de Janeiro or a building in Istanbul? Or would you rather own the equivalent value in Bitcoin? See, the building can't be teleported to anywhere on earth. You can't sell a building in Istanbul to a rich person in Tokyo or New York. So you'd rather convert your weak property, which is 20th century analog property, into 21st century digital property. And then finally, you'd like to take custody of your currency and custody of your property. If you have all your property and all your currency in the bank, then it'll probably be frozen and then devalued. So the real appeal of the crypto economy is convert weak currency to strong currency, convert weak property to strong property, convert property that is custodied by a counterparty, a third party, right, into self-custodied property, and then be able to move it to the most trustworthy counterparty that'll give you the highest yield on it.
Yep.
Right. And that's the revolutionary breakthrough of digital assets and digital property, that you have that option, and you didn't have that option 10 years ago.
No.
And so every other currency crisis, every other economic crisis in the history of the world, and especially the modern economy, people only had, what could they do? They could buy diamonds, they could buy gold, they could buy artwork. And in every currency crisis of the past 100 years, we didn't have digital assets. We didn't have the crypto economy. So if you have wealth and you want to protect it, your options are buy art, buy diamonds, buy gold, maybe own something real. But owning a ranch isn't necessarily protection if the government's going to seize the ranch.
Correct.
Owning a company may not be protection if the government can expropriate the country, the company. If you own land, you only own the land to the extent that the government gives you jurisdiction of the land. And most families lose their land over 100 years because the property taxes on the land build up to the point where they can't afford to pay the property tax. If I own a company, the government can expropriate it or they can tax it. And the company may be valued based upon the currencies, the cash flows it generates, and the cash flow is in a currency controlled by a politician. So if we consider most forms of property, gold, diamonds, art, land, corporations, bonds, they can either be expropriated, or they can be taxed, or they can be stolen, or they can be regulated. In Venezuela, after the regime changed, they nationalized the oil company. In Argentina, they have waves of nationalizations happen throughout the world. So the question is, what property can you own that cannot be expropriated away, inflated away, taxed away? And the only thing, or the best thing we've discovered, is digital property in the form of Bitcoin, because the ownership of it consists of having the private keys or the password to the Bitcoin, which you can carry in your head if you need to. And the property is in cyberspace. It doesn't have a political nexus. if you own a building in a country, then the mayor, the governor, and the regulators in the nation all have the power to regulate or expropriate or tax away the building. I think Bitcoin represents, for the first time in the history of the human race, digital property, digital money, and digital energy. And that means 5,000 years have gone by. It's a pretty big innovation. It's, we had fire.
Yep.
We had electricity. We have Bitcoin.
Mhm.
So if you ask the question, what did it take to harness fire? Well, we spent thousands and thousands of years developing stoves and furnaces and engines to safely harness fire. And there've been lots of accidents. What did it take to harness electromagnetic energy, electricity, if you will? Well, it took many, many years, batteries and power line. And even today, right, it's still dangerous, right? The word shock, right? People get shocked,
Correct.
right? You have to inspect every single building to make sure that it's not a fire hazard. And they generally look at the electrical wiring. So there's a lot of technology required to make energy safe to use. And I think when you look at Bitcoin, it's digital energy. It can be scary, and if you handle your own keys and if you've got early technology, then you can make mistakes, and it's new. And I think that, yeah, there is innovation that needs to come. You see applications like Cash App
Yep.
are putting a very friendly front end on top of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin network and the Lightning network, making it much easier to use. I think you see PayPal. I think you see the Coinbases, the Binances, the FTXs. They're putting user-friendly interfaces
Yep.
onto the network. I think that that you've got a whole family of hardware products that will be released to support Bitcoin, and software products and services. And that's an entire economy.
Yeah.
And it will evolve. It's very competitive, right? And it will evolve rapidly forever, right? Certainly this coming decade is kind of a a gold rush of companies working to build hardware devices and websites and mobile applications that allow you to take advantage of digital property and digital energy. There's no reason why it shouldn't grow to $100 trillion, from where it is right now by a factor of 100. So there's no logical reason not to want to own digital property. It's technically superior, economically superior, morally, ethically, legally, politically superior form of property.